Could the world's reliance on the Suez Canal, a trade artery over 150 years old, finally be nearing its end? From the sands of Iraq to the bustling ports of Thailand, groundbreaking new corridors are challenging the status quo. Imagine a world where Egypt is no longer the central hub for Europe-Asia trade, but instead overshadowed by an audacious rival in the Middle East. Sounds quite intriguing, right? If you're curious about the issues surrounding the corridor war, then you better stick till the end of the video. But before we begin, do give us a quick like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. As globalization continues, countries like Iraq, Thailand, and India are vying for control over key trade routes and infrastructure, entering what's called the Corridor War. These strategic projects, such as Iraq's Dry Canal, India's IMEC, Thailand's Kra Canal, are reshaping global trade and energy security while also influencing regional power. Major global powers, including the US, China, and the EU, are closely monitoring these developments, as they could have significant impacts on international trade in the future. What if a bold new trade route could bypass one of the world's most crucial choke points and reshape global commerce? At the heart of Iraq's ambition lies the Dry Canal project, a daring plan to connect the Mediterranean Sea to the Persian Gulf via an overland transport route through Iraq's vast deserts. This innovative corridor would sidestep the Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping bottleneck, offering a potentially safer and faster passage between Europe and Asia. But why is Iraq so invested in this project? The strategic significance is enormous, especially given the region's volatile political climate. Iraq, long known for its vast oil reserves, has struggled with unstable trade routes due to constant regional conflicts. The Dry Canal offers a game-changing solution. It could make Iraq a vital trade hub, reduce its dependence on sea routes, and attract much-needed investment into its fragile infrastructure. This isn't just about trade, it's a calculated geopolitical move. As the Middle East faces increasing competition from emerging trade corridors, Iraq's Dry Canal could disrupt the global shipping map, potentially rivaling traditional routes like the Suez Canal. With heavy backing from China's Belt and Road Initiative, this project is more than an economic opportunity. It's a bold play for greater regional influence and a challenge to the dominance of maritime trade. In Southeast Asia, Thailand's bold proposal to build the Kra Canal is stirring up attention, an infrastructure project so ambitious it could reshape global shipping routes. By connecting the Andaman Sea to the Gulf of Thailand, this canal would offer a powerful alternative to the Strait of Malacca, the world's busiest maritime corridor, where 40% of global trade currently passes. The Kra Canal promises to cut shipping distances between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific, providing a shortcut for vessels that must currently navigate the increasingly congested and narrow strait. What's driving this newfound urgency? For years, the Kra Canal was just a distant idea, but now, with rising tensions and piracy in the Strait of Malacca, Thailand is pushing ahead with plans that could make it a major player in the global trade network. The canal could reduce shipping time drastically, potentially turning Thailand into a bustling trade hub. However, the project isn't without its complications. The proposed route cuts through Thailand's southern provinces, sparking fears it could intensify separatist tensions. And with a hefty $35 billion price tag, the feasibility of the project remains in question, especially as economies around the world still feel the impact of the pandemic. Yet, despite these obstacles, Thailand is pressing forward, knowing that success could change the balance of global trade, drawing international attention from investors and foreign powers eager to claim their stake in this potential game-changer. As Iraq and Thailand strategize over their own overland and maritime corridors, India has boldly entered the fray with the ambitious India-Middle East-Europe Corridor, IMEC. This groundbreaking project seeks to create an integrated web of rail, road, and port infrastructure that would connect India to Europe through the Middle East, passing through countries like the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Israel, and ultimately reaching Europe via the Mediterranean Sea. In essence, the IMEC is a direct challenge to China's Belt and Road Initiative and signals India's desire to step into the global spotlight as a dominant player in international trade. What makes the IMEC so intriguing is its potential to dramatically shorten shipping times between India and Europe. By creating a more direct land-based route, this corridor would bypass the congested and often geopolitically fraught maritime routes. India's goal isn't just about improving logistics, it's about enhancing its strategic influence, bolstering economic ties with key Middle Eastern and European markets, and securing its place on the world stage. On top of that, the project could bring significant economic rewards, stimulating regional development and offering new, more secure energy supply routes for oil and gas. But India's bold move isn't without its own set of challenges. The IMEC hinges on the cooperation of countries with sometimes competing political and economic priorities, making its success far from guaranteed. Moreover, India is up against China, which has already invested heavily in infrastructure projects across the region, giving Beijing considerable influence. Could India's new corridor reshape global trade routes and shift the balance of power? Only time will tell. The competition between Iraq, Thailand, and India over trade corridors is quickly evolving into a global showdown. What makes these developments so intriguing is the way they could reshape the future of international trade, energy, and geopolitics. Major powers like the United States, China, and Russia are carefully observing these projects, each with their own agenda. For China, projects like the Dry Canal and Kra Canal are essential to expanding its Belt and Road Initiative, a global infrastructure strategy that seeks to stretch its influence far and wide. India, on the other hand, is pushing back with its own ambitious IMEC corridor, aiming to challenge China's dominance and claim a bigger stake in global commerce. But the competition isn't just about trade routes. Control over these corridors means control over vital energy flows, resources, and regional power. Take the Strait of Malacca, for example, a choke point for the world's oil and gas shipments. If routes like the Kra Canal or IMEC succeed, they could disrupt this balance, sparking ripple effects across economies and industries worldwide. So, as countries race to secure these corridors, the stakes are much higher than simple infrastructure projects. They're about who holds the power to shape the global economic landscape in the years to come. The corridor wars are just beginning, but their ripple effects could challenge the very foundations of international power, leaving us wondering, who will ultimately control the pathways that connect the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked today's video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.